Whether you're looking for golf course quality lawn or just something green that keeps your feet from getting muddy when it rains, you can get the results you want. Hi, I'm Melinda Myers. A good quality lawn starts with seed selection. And if you're going to seed your lawn, you want to make sure that you select a seed that's suited to the growing conditions. The bag has all the information you need. A Sunny Lawn seed mix has a high percent of Kentucky bluegrass. You want to check the back of the bag. It has all the information that you need. It's going to tell you what type of grasses you have, what percent are weeds, and you really can tell if it's a good quality lawn. Shady grass seed mixes have a high percent of fescue. It's much more shade tolerant, and all of them tend to have a lot of perennial rye for quick fill and durability. Let's take a look at this label. You notice there is a little bluegrass in here so that in the sunny areas it'll pop up, some fescue to take over in the shade, and perennial rye, as I mentioned, to do well to fill in quickly. Now you want to look that there's a nice mix and then that there's a high percent germination of each seed that's used. The higher percent germination means the more seeds that are going to sprout and come true. You want to make sure you have a low percent of inert materials and weeds, and of course no noxious weeds, as you can see this mix has. Now those with kids and pets may want a durable lawn. It has perennial rye for quick fill, fescues that are nice and tough and durable, and it will give you good results despite all that traffic, whether it's from kids, pets, or that volleyball game. Now, before you plant your seed, you want to make sure you prepare the growing conditions. Most of us have lousy soil, heavy clay that drains poorly, or gravelly, rocky soil that dries out too quickly. The good news, the solution's the same. Add some organic matter, some compost, aged manure, something like that that will help improve drainage in heavy clay soils and improve the water holding capacity in sandy, gravelly, and rocky soils. We're going to mix that into the top 6 inches of our garden soil or our lawn area so that we have a good rooting zone for our grass. Once we've leveled it off and making sure that we grade away from the house, and it's about 1 inch lower than the sidewalk so that we'll have plenty of room for the grass to grow, we're going to sprinkle our grass seed. Now for large areas, you're going to want to use a grass spreader. For smaller areas, you may be able to sprinkle it by hand or use a handheld grass spreader. We're going to lightly rake to get good seed soil contact and then water. Now you're going to need to keep that soil surface moist continually until that grass seed germinates, and it takes several weeks before you see any green of fuzz coming out. Add a little fertilizer. Look for a low nitrogen, slow release fertilizer, something like a Milorganite that will slowly be released. Won't burn those young seedlings, but give them enough nutrients to get off to a good start. Then you're going to want to keep the soil surface moist, and one way to help reduce your workload is to use mulch. A lot of you have probably seen straw or marsh hay spread over newly seeded lawns to help conserve moisture. You want to have it nice and loose and open so the grass seed can grow through. A newer product that I really like, sold as Remay or Grass Fast, helps hold heat by the seedlings so that they sprout quicker, keep the birds from eating them, and will also help conserve the heat. You can water right through, so it's a great way to mulch those new grass seedlings and those young seedlings. And the good news, it lets light through, so you have a little while before you have to remove it, and then you can store it and use it again. Now while you're waiting for your outdoor lawn to take hold, you can start some grass indoors. Fun activity for the whole family. I like to take a pot, fill it with a well-drained potting mix, sprinkle some grass seed on the surface, and you may even want to do a ryegrass because they sprout quickly. So we're going to sprout it nice and thick, okay? The seed label tells you how thick to do it for your lawn. Here, we don't care. You just want to make sure you have good seed soil contact, moisten, and keep it moist until the grass sprouts. Now I find for kids and many gardeners, there's no problem with watering often. It's usually underwatering, so keep it moist and you'll be fine. Pretty soon you'll have a nice pot of grass. What do you do with it? Well, your kids may want to play with it in front of their dollhouse, use their action figures, or if you're a floral ranger, you may want to use some cut flowers and sink them in the grass. What a nice greenery backdrop. Simply use water picks. Place your cut flowers in that water pick and place it in the container. You've got your flowers, a grassy backdrop, and a nice lawn to enjoy until your regular lawn is ready for you to get out there and play. So with a little planning, a little prep, and some tender loving care, you too can have the lawn of your desires.